Yes. Okay. Are we going to give it another minute or so just to see if some of our other participants is also going to join, or can we proceed?
Maybe give it a couple of minutes. What do you think?
I'm just sending Inge now a WhatsApp quickly, saying, listen, is he going to join? I know Graham is in Joburg, obviously, so he's running around there, him and Rika. So I don't think he's going to join. He's back on Monday afternoon. They're back. Or Monday morning, they're back. Okay, so yeah, so yeah. So let's just I've just sent Inge a WhatsApp quickly. Let's see if she's taking it. I don't know.
Okay.
Denzel was supposed to return my call. I haven't heard from.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Learn Product Suite Collaborator session. As mentioned previously, the Learn Product Suite consists of multiple products, and that's why we thought of covering the complete suite as an overall, and then we're going to break it down into a per product, that you just have a complete overview of what the suite consists of. So, what is the Learn Product Suite? Our Learn Product Suite is a coalescence of industry requirements which historically were separate. The Learn Product Suite consists of C-Learn, E-Learn, and M-Learn. It's very easy to remember, E equals MC squared. So the biggest confusion out in the market is actually to know what the difference is between LMSs and LCMSs. Now, most people do not know the difference between an LMS and an LCMS, and definitely most people do not know that there's actually two different LMSs available out there. The confusion actually started when the e-learning industry started commencing, but we're going to go through the various concepts of each one and what each one actually entails in that. Now, a learner management system is commonly known as an LMS. It's a software system that's designed to enable administration, tracking, documenting, and reporting for various e-learning or training programs, but it's e-learning based. So a lot of people out there selling an LMS system, it's actually an e-learning system just allowing you to enable administration of your training activities as well. If we look at a learning management system, it's commonly known also as an LMS. It's a software suite or system designed to enable administration, tracking, documenting, and reporting for various learner training programs and activities for a training provider, a school, or university. So it's actually classroom-based training and the facilitation, administration of classroom-based training. An LCMS is a system designed to create and manage teaching materials for blended learning, distance and or classroom-based. It is first and foremost a space used to centralize learning content, rendering it easy to search, identify, and reuse at any time, whatever your training needs. The LCMS provides tools for creating training content that is then manipulated by the teaching design teams, not by the learners. The LCMS platform is thus intended for training production experts and used upstream of content dissemination. This second step is performed via an LMS platform. So if you look at our product suite, the initial one, C-Learn. C-Learn is a learning management system. So it's for classroom-based learning. An industry-tested and mature learner management system, classroom-based learning, with specific focus on governing body compliance, i.e. the CETAs. It's fully modularized with a powerful built-in workflow and task management system, and it has an industry-first sales pipeline and CRM system combined, which will ensure that it is the industry leader going into the future as well. The components and the major components in the system is a section for your profile details, your dashboard, venues, workflows, your curriculum, other, and system/payments. If we look at the portals, it consists of a back office, a portal for BEE consultants, a portal for your clients or corporate portal, a learner portal. It's directly integrated into our LCMS system or seamlessly integrated into our LCMS system. We also have a reporting server and BI server, depending on your needs, fully integrated into this. And we also allow for learner recruitment to be done through the CLearn product as well. This is the screen of basically what the CLearn interface look like. On the left-hand side, you'll see a menu structure. The main components, like we mentioned, it's actually subfolders. If you look at curriculum is currently expanded. Under that, you can see where you can specify your programs, courses, course groupings, schedule templates, a year planner, your modules, scheduled module, attendance register, remedial activities, grade categories. So each one of those gets broken down further, and that we'll cover when we do the CLearn separately in our in-depth session on that. The system is very extensive. If we are to go through a full training schedule on this, we're talking about 5 days without the reporting server to go through the full system and actually make you a qualified system administrator on that. If we look at the mLearn, or our mobile learning solution, is a mobile learning application where psychology and technology meets employee and manager. It combines mobile and e-learning in a fun and applied way, making learning engaging, enjoyable, interesting, interactive, and ultimately driving employee motivation and engagement. Through blended user-selected technology in the form of videos, animation, and case studies aligned to real-life situations in the workplace, employees are equipped to practice and reinforce desired outcomes and best practice. Through our mLearn solution, that's also our main area where we actually bring in gamification, micro-learning. It's available anytime, anywhere. We also allow for offline training, and we have numerous security extensions that we can enable depending on the client needs. The security extensions that we can enable includes everything from integration into their Active Directory system to a third-party website, integrating into a third-party website, up to where you can get facial and fingerprint recognition, allowing you access to the learning material. These are a couple of screenshots of our current mLearn application or our mLearn product. As you can see right on the left, it's basically just a questionnaire. We can resume it forward. It's very easy, very user-friendly once you get into the courses itself. The second screenshot shown there is the grading and your attempts based on the grading for each of your quizzes. The third screenshot is your courses and your course completion. It shows you your course completion per course as you progress as well. Then you've got a messages section, which is the fourth screenshot. You can have one-on-one messages or group messages, very similar to almost to what WhatsApp can do for you, but you can have that with other learners or your teachers in that as well. Your grading is the fifth screenshot. You can have a look at your overall subject gradings or the courses taken. And sixth screenshot is where we actually bring in your various ladders and your performance within each ladder or leaderboard. Same with 7 and 8. It's basically just your placement on the leaderboards. If you look at screenshot 7, that's an interdepartment or intercompany leaderboard. So we can actually get companies or departments to compete with each other within the same application or within the same framework without having access to each other's courseware on that. eLearn is our last product in the Learn section. eLearn is a learner management system and learner content management system rolled into one. eLearning, it's a feature-rich e-learning platform allowing from basic to very advanced learning material to be developed. A user-friendly learner UI allows for engaged learning experience from a learner's point of view. So if we look at the features, the UI design is user-centric. The dashboard is fully customizable, and you can allow your learners or your teachers to customize it to see what they desire to be seen on their dashboard as soon as they log in. We also allow for an intranet, a blog, forums, all of that to assist either your learners or employees to engage easily and also to get more information regarding certain subjects. It's got a chat functionality. We can also integrate, or you also have your e-learning courses going through there, and you can also do standard messages that you receive from admin or from your teachers, which is not part of a chat. It's an actual message or notification that you receive. We have a file storage and file upload functionality, a calendar for scheduling, which you can also export to your Outlook, to Google Calendar, to Apple, your Apple Mail, Lion Mail, I believe it's called. So there's a couple of ways where you can have external mail systems, and mail calendar is also integrated into your local calendar. It has reporting capabilities directly in the e-learning portion or in eLearn, our product eLearn. We can also integrate mLearn and cLearn into our eLearn solution, that you have one full product set ranging directly from normal classroom-based and managing a normal school or training provider to where you provide an e-learning, a classroom-based and a mobile learning experience. If we look at the functions, you can do your course design directly in the system itself, and you can also set up course templates to ensure that your look and feel and course structure remains the same. You can also upload SCORM courses, AICC, LTI, and IMS compatible courses as part of your courseware. So if you have an additional outside application that you use, for instance, Adobe Captivate or Illustrate or one of those products, you can directly export it and import it into the system. We have a very extensive set of quizzes and quiz features and ways with which you can test the knowledge of your learners or employees. Those are all rolled up or can be rolled up into leaderboards. So depending if you want to see the leaderboard just for a specific grouping of students or for a whole classroom or for a whole grade or department or for the whole company or even intercompany, within different companies, we can allow for that and set it up accordingly. We also allow for customizable reporting on that. So if you do have specific reports that is required, we can customize and avail reports for you directly through the eLearn system. We can also facilitate your surveys, wikis, and workshops directly through the system. We can also allow for video conferencing if required. Although that is quite a bit of an extension that we have to add, we can allow for video conferencing directly through the system as well. All of your courseware you can also directly print in a book format or as a book form. You can also upload normal books into the system itself and it being paged as a book. You can also embed files and other pages directly into the system. So if you do have external content that you want to reference, you can reference that as well. So if we look at the product, the eLearn product, as you can see, the dashboard, you've got your current in-progress courses that's shown in here, your upcoming courses, and expired courses in there. You've got course stats, your tasks, and your task bar, which, like I said previously, it's all integrated. So if a task was assigned to you via your normal classroom-based product, eLearn, that directly integrates into your tasks here as well. So it doesn't matter which one of the suite of products we have, you use, it is fully integrated, and if it's available on the one, it's available on all. Okay. So what sets us apart from any other product or company out there? We have an either-or principle. So you can either just acquire or sell the eLearn product, or eLearn in combination with eLearn, or just eLearn, or eLearn and mLearn, or all three. We can allow for a bare-bones system, or assisted development of courses. We can allow for a shared server or dedicated server or on-site implementation if required. You can also have an academy upsell, which avails our academy directly to the clients, and that is available on eLearn as well as mLearn. My apologies. You can also do a pause upsell on eLearn, eLearn and eLearn, eLearn and eLearn and mLearn. Our system can be completely white labeled. We are also fully multilingual on the back office, and currently we allow for about 123 languages on the back office itself. Okay, so I'm going to open up the microphones. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome. Okay. Question time.
Yeah. Gentlemen, you're all quiet.
Yes, it's a lot of information and a lot of big words.
I see your feeling, Johannes. I think just for the benefit of Wetamello and Johannes and Tan,
tell me, if we wanted to spend the 5 days learning about the eLearn, for example, is there a path through the material?
We do have training material that you can, that it is quite extensive. If you want to go through the actual training material, just to give you an example, our current eLearn manual is, I can't specifically remember, it's somewhere in the region of 1,100 pages.
Yeah.
That is only eLearn. The system is very extensive. It's very scalable. It has a lot of functionality and features. We have a shortened version that is just for teachers or just for learners, or that 1,100 pages contains basically the teacher, the administrator, the site administrator, the learner, everything in there. So if you can tell us, which portion you would like to learn more of, we can take just that portion and send it through to you, and it will be a lot less.
Do you by any chance have a demo link that we can use?
We have a demo link, and we will avail all of the products to you as well, that you can actually play on certain of the games that we've set up on that. So as we step through the training, each of our products, we're going to have an in-depth training, and what we do is after each training session, we avail the presentation and the standard knowledge share and marketing material on all of that as we step through every product on that. Included in that, we also allow you access then to the product or certain portions of the product, that you get a look and feel and a basic idea of what the product is about.
All right.
Okay, good. Is there a possibility that you can send me this slideshow so that we can work through it?
Yes, the slideshow is available directly on our Dropbox. So, Johannes, as soon as you guys have signed the collaborator agreement, then I give you access to the Dropbox link as well, and you'll get access to the webinars as well. The webinars are being recorded, and we upload that on a private YouTube channel. So it's available for anyone afterwards as long as you have access to that. And you'll get access to the slideshow, the documentation, the presentations, basically everything you'll need.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Dirk, have we been given access to the YouTube videos yet? I'm just trying to get my mind around whether you've sent us any link or anything.
No, that's one of the questions we were supposed to cover yesterday, I believe. And that is, I actually need all of your email addresses which you registered at YouTube with. Usually it is a Gmail address which they allow access. And what we do then on the private channel, because it's completely private, I have to link your current registered mail address to that, and that will give you access to that. So please forward me your registered email, registered YouTube email addresses, and then I can provide you access to the same.
Right.
Can I ask, where does the 2,100 or 2,200 training courses fit into this? Are we still going to talk about that, or is it linked to one of these platforms?
The 2,000, sorry, that is our course catalog, which can be availed to any of the clients, which takes up our current eLearn or mLearn and or mLearn solution.
Can we have access to it so we can start seeing where to focus, what kind of offerings we can make?
I can provide you with a catalog, yes. Alternatively, I can provide you access to one of the other academies which I set up, which will allow you to actually, do you just want to view the course and see what the content are, or do you actually want to attempt the courses and go through them?
Dirk, I'm trying to do two things. One is there may be courses that I would want to do myself, but perhaps linked to that is, if you say to someone you've got 2,000 courses, the next question is, what do they cover?
Yeah.
And at the moment, I don't know what they cover. So it would be nice for me to be able to say, well, it covers project management, and it covers leadership, and it covers mentoring, and it covers wada.
All of the above plus a lot more. So I'll send you, I think the easiest is going to be, I'm going to publish the course catalog.
Okay.
I'm going to publish a course catalog on the Dropbox as well.
That would be great.
Yeah. It doesn't give you all of the course content, because just on the soft skills portion, that is a book of 650 odd pages. That's just on the soft skills portion. As soon as you get in the software training is about more than double. We can provide you an idea of the courses itself. Microsoft internally is using our Excel courses to upskill the current staff.
Oh.
Yeah. For me, it's the soft skills courses that I'm interested in. That's where I'd like to go if it's possible.
But what I'll do is let me avail the course catalog, and then we can take it from there. If you need to access certain courses or would like to see certain, more options or the content of certain courses, we can avail that to you as well.
And just again, a very broad question, if I may, are these courses all kind of gamified and so on with built-in questions and answers? Are any of them CETA? Any of them unit standard aligned? I mean, I know I'm asking a lot of questions in one, but yeah.
No, what we've done is most of our competitors and everybody else there is trying to chase the standard 80% rebate from CETA. And nobody actually concentrates on the 20% that can be unaccredited courses. So we're going to try and fill the 20% unaccredited courses, or that 20% unaccredited spend. with these courses. So they are internationally recognized, but they are not aligned directly with the CETAs or the unit standards for CETAs.
Sorry, Dirk, I missed that because my connection is up to pawpaw here in Howick. So could I just ask you just to repeat that little bit about the CETAs?
Yes. Okay. Everybody and all our competition or competitors are trying to chase that 80% of your grants and your grant spend. We decided to play on the 20% non-accredited because, first of all, it's less headaches to get it actually approved. And second of all is nobody actually focuses on that. And if you take from a sales point of view, if you go in with a sales point of view where you can get ETI aligned and get your ETI grant, then for every ETI candidate you have, you can constantly, permanently have 4 other employees being trained permanently for every grant you receive, and you can still get your 20%, the 20% spend on them in addition to what you can use the ETI claim for. Does it make sense, Bryce?
Yeah, it's kind of, at the moment it's a bit above my pay grade, but I'll get my mind around it.
Bryce, what Dirk is getting at is, so you tap into your mandatory side from your skills levies. So yes. The mandatory, the 20%, if you look at the cost insofar as your e-learning is concerned, if you look at that versus, and the ETI, the 1,000 rand rebate that you get, so it actually pays for 4 people just from one rebate.
Okay.
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah,
okay.
Between 4 and 5, depending on the pricing structure.
Yes.
So you can, for every one ETI grant that you can receive or ETI kickback that you receive from SARS, you can train between 4 and 5 employees constantly in your company without having to spend a cent.
I can see we're going to have to consult to you, Dirk, when we do our first big pitch, and we're not quite sure where we are. we might have to pay you a small fee to come and sit in with us and hold our hand.
But if you pay me a larger fee, I'll come and stay there and hold your hand. Okay. Any other questions?
With the Miller, from a SDE point of view, have you got any questions?
Not at the moment. I'm still trying to take it bit by bit, but this actually blew my mind.
Yeah, it's automated. If you look at the C-learning, if you look at the C-learn product, for instance,
Yes.
The C-learn product, if you look at your classroom-based training and the current training providers you're providing a service to, directly from that, you can do your attendance registers, upload your attendance registers, print your attendance registers. You can directly communicate your attendance reports automatically via the system once a month. You have a client portal where the client can log in and actually see all of the feedback from your facilitators, teachers, all of that. You can do your WSPs. We can create a full digital portfolio for you that you can print for the CETAs as well. It allows you to add all of your supporting documents into the system as well. So as part of your POE that you print, you actually print all of the supporting documents together with that. If we are currently busy with, if you look at your exit letters, you've got standard exit letters that need to be attached as well. So what we're currently busy developing is where that exit letters is automatically generated for you. So you can basically just sign and verify each of them and send them on their way.
Sure.
And your if you look at the mandatory, if you tap into the e-learning mandatory portion with the Mello, it pulls it into your ATR at the end of the year as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
The theoretic
WHP,
side I
ATR,
do
any
get.
of these. Sorry, wait a minute.
I was saying, the theory side I do get. I just need to get a demo so that I can tie everything together.
Yes.
Because from the dashboard that I saw, everything does make sense, and it looks like it's a better solution. It is a brilliant solution.
No, it's not a better solution. It's the best.
The best. I agree.
We have to get the terminology right here.
Right. Yes.
If you look from a university or school standpoint, for normal classroom based, it's always trying to schedule your classes and your class activities and all of that. Every year, it's a huge burden and an admin burden to do that. So what the system does, it allows you to set up templates with auto scheduling. So you've got classrooms which have certain availability in them. So based on the groupings which you can create an auto schedule template once and reuse that. So if you've got a new intake and you want to start mid-years, you basically just take that group or that scheduling template you already created and you say auto schedule, and it schedules it for you based on the availability and the size of the classrooms and the availability of the facilitators for each of those. If the facilitator is accredited to be able, and his accreditation is valid, to run it, to actually present the training.
I just want to in Vietnam, Johannes and Tan, so you can actually do your scheduling of the different interventions at the different schools that you guys are involved at. You can do this through the system as well.
Centrally, yeah.
Centrally, yes.
Yeah, because it allows for, we've got a multi-tenanted system as well. So, for instance, let's say there's a group of schools which all have the same management structure. Then each of those schools can be loaded. Each one have their own look and feel. Each one has their own scheduling that they can do, but it's all being reported centrally as well and available centrally directly to the management.
Okay. Yes, that's good.
It's
sorry.
Go for it, bros.
Two things. One is at the micro scale, and I don't want to make complications for other people, but just little things. If one's having challenges with them, but what's the best way to communicate with you? Let me give you a small example. So the diagram, the POS competence diagram, is on Dropbox as a PDF file.
Yes.
So when I download it, it comes through as an HTML. So then I thought, well, there's something wrong here. So then I printed it from the Dropbox to a PDF file, and that's how I got it. So I'm just trying to understand little things like that. Why does it go from being a PDF on Dropbox to coming to me as an HTML, which I don't really know how to work with? I did find a workaround, but I'm just curious to know how we deal with little challenges like that.
Are you currently using a web browser to actually show Dropbox?
Well, Dropbox is opening in my web browser, yes.
Okay. So what happens is, the reason for that happening is your web browser itself does not have a PDF reader associated with a web browser. And that's why it's trying to open it as HTML. As soon as you download it to your PC has a PDF reader. And then it will actually interpret it correctly. So it's basically a local workstation issue you have on that side.
Yes.
I would suggest that you install the Dropbox local app. Then you work it as a standard folder. And if you can open a PDF on your normal desktop, you can open it directly in your normal, as you would a normal file, your file structure, open it. You can open it directly from your normal file manager.
And then just another question, I mean, maybe of interest to others as well. I use about 3 different browsers, and they keep fighting with me, and this one wants me to use that one, and I've got Opera, and I've got Edge, and I don't know how many different. Can you recommend one browser for me to standardize on?
Okay. I work a bit differently. I'm a bit of a rebel when it comes to IT. I use Firefox.
Okay, Mozilla Firefox, yeah.
Yes. It's an open source. It's an open source, actively contributed browser, web browser. Good security features. I prefer Firefox above any of the else or any of the others. There's too many people trying to hack Microsoft, and most of those hackers are open source dudes which actually developed Firefox. So,
That's great, because some of them, for example, won't let me download YouTube videos, which is very irritating as well. It says, sorry, you know, you can't download a YouTube video from this browser. Does Firefox let you download YouTube videos and other videos?
Yes, it does.
Oh, that's good. No, that's what I wanted to know. Yeah, thank you.
You've got a lot of add-ons on Firefox as well. So Firefox can be extended quite considerably with add-ons. Like I say, because it has a huge community of developers that actually developed it, it affords you a lot of additional functionality that a normal web browser wouldn't give you. So yeah, I'm a Firefox fanatic, but that is due to me being a rebel.
No, I'm happy. I'd like to standardize on something, because at the moment I've got Edge, I've got Opera, I've got Internet Explorer, I've got about 5 different browsers, and they all want me to not use them, but use the other one, but use them.
Well,
So
at least if you have Firefox, you have one decent browser.
And then, Dirk, sorry, if I could ask another question. And I'm looking ahead. Let's assume that I'm going to specialize in one particular area, which is, say, the whole issue of TNA and PDPs and workplace skills plans and performance management and so on. Yes. But I also have an interest, for whatever reason, in schools and the Lurn system, partly because I want to try and market it to schools in the UK that I have some peripheral kind of contact with. Would we be able to look at a model in the longer term where, for example, I could find a person who was a teacher, who had been a teacher, might still be a teacher, and have them as part of my team on some sort of basis where, you know, they back me up on issues relating to the Lurn system, because they understand the whole issue of scheduling and all this kind of stuff, which I don't really.
Yes, there is. There is a way that you can do it. There's also, we are working currently on an additional plan, if, you know, for other countries where you can actually merge and go into other countries as well. But yes, you can. The short and sweet answer is yes, definitely you can.
No, I have an interest there, but I have limited expertise.
Yeah, it's a huge market. If you look at the UK, US, and EU market, you can use both C-Learn, E-Learn, C-Learn and E-Learn in their current schooling system. It's already accepted.
Okay.
We are already compliant with the UK data privacy laws, and we've got servers hosted in UK itself. We are already compliant with the EU data laws, and we've got servers in the EU, located in the EU as well. If you look at the US, we have servers in the US as well. So if you look at the US, they've got a USB-C, US school board, which you basically, and they grant you access, and they even grant you, if they implement your system, and you become like a training provider for that, you actually get a .edu website address as well.
Now that's interesting, because, as I say, I have an interest in 2 UK schools, just in passing, as it were,
Yes.
because of various family involvements, and you know, some of them are one of them's running a LMS. I don't know how effectively, but it's the kind of school that might be receptive to this kind of technology.
Yes, but biggest, if we look at the international market, South Africa is far behind the international market as to what is available and what can be done and how it can be implemented. But if you look at the international market, on our product, there's three main sales aspects, or USPs. That's a nice word, USPs, which no other international system actually provides you. And we've got a full remedial function. So if you have a remedial situation or somewhere someone has to catch up on anything, we've got a full separate component which assists you with the remedial, and as soon as you catch up on the remedial, it actually marks you as completely in the correct portion as well. No other system currently, from there's 870 odd systems out there. We've looked at about 100 of them. None of them, or the top 100, none of them can currently facilitate the remedial function, and we can do that.
Yes, because many of the schools in the UK, and I've also been involved with a school here where I mentored the head person. Increasingly, the kids are coming in with very broad remedial challenges of one sort.
Yes.
And the parents' attitude is very straightforward. We're paying, just fix it.
Yeah.
So the schools are under pressure without acknowledging it too loudly, that they are taking in increasing numbers of people that are not in the middle part of the normal distribution.
Yes.
So that's quite interesting.
In addition to that, we're also fully WCAG compliant. Does everybody know what WCAG compliant is?
No.
WCAG compliance is internationally, there's a huge drive to give access to people with disabilities.
Okay.
So they've set up a standard for any system or any website to be accessible by basically any disability. So we have a full WCAG compliance on our system as well. So we can train anyone in the system, whether independent of their disability. So if they are deaf or blind, or our system allows for them to be trained in the system as well.
Cool.
And the third one is getting better and better.
Yes, I'm listening.
So you said there were three. You said there were three USPs: the full remedial, the WCAG compliance, and I'm waiting for the third one.
Yeah. Okay. The model itself, the way that we actually do the model, like we said, it's already a multi-tenanted model. So if you've got a group of schools, for instance, if you look at South Africa, we've got this. What's that large group called? Yes, I can't.
Yes, the guy in Pretoria. Yeah, I know who you mean.
Curo.
Yeah.
So the nice thing about our system, it's multi-tenanted, so you can add a full group, but it also allows you on the venue to do a breakdown from a campus to a building to an actual classroom. If you look at our curriculum, it's also a 3-tier curriculum. So you can have a unit standard or module, which rolls up into a course or a program, which rolls up into a full curriculum. So whether you're applying it to a university level or a CETA level or a normal student level, the system can allow and break down for all of that. We also have, as for your allocation and learner allocation, we also have a huge extendable filter on that. So based on your requirements, if we look at the CETA model, where you need different denominations of people, certain amounts of female black ladies, and you can through that specify that on your contract which you set up, and the system automatically rates and takes the best pick based on your requirements. So for instance, and it filters them based on your top rating. So let's look at a university, for instance. Let's say you have a certain aptitude which you have to complete it, or you have to have certain prerequisites which you have to complete and upload, and your selection process includes those. The system allows for specification on your curriculum as well as on your course to specify what prerequisites you need. And if you go and you select your students, it will automatically pull in, and from the top to the bottom, your best performer straight through on that. So it's easier, your selection process is much easier, and there's no bias in your selection process doing it that way.
Dirk, and a magical question,
Yes.
obviously, for me,
Yes.
is presumably I'm not going to charge a UK school 36 Rand a pupil, given that that's probably the equivalent of about £2.50.
Yes.
So presumably we would have a slightly more remunerative pricing structure if we were working in a market like the UK.
Well, if you charge them, our base price stays the same. So if you can go and charge them, we've actually done a comparative based on international pricing. So we used McDonald's and the pricing on McDonald's.
Yes.
To actually simulate what the costing models would be in the different countries.
Yes.
So our base price, because we are South African based, that stays 36 Rand. That's the base price. But for instance, in the UK, you can quite easily get £5 per learner, which means you get your 60% split on top of everything above 36 Rand.
Okay, that sounds magical. I like it.
Yeah. But just remember, we don't pay for your tickets to that side. That's it.
No. Oh, that's what Zoom's for.
Yeah, luckily.
Once they start paying, then we can fly there. But before they pay, we'll just Zoom.
Yeah, yeah. And my apologies for the issue yesterday with Zoom. There were a couple of issues. Our Zoom were finally upgraded to the Pro version, and because it was a Pro version, the local system which I had installed was in limbo between free and Pro. So the day before that, it didn't let us go past 40 minutes because it thought it was still free. Yesterday it was completely skewed, and it thought that we didn't know what you are, and it didn't want to. Yeah, it was hectic. But luckily it's all sorted now, and we are up and running again.
That's good news.
Okay, any other questions? Jonas, from your side, I don't know exactly the school system, how the school system in Vietnam works. Do you have any questions, perhaps, that specifically what you've seen on the school system there on that side, which you have questions?
Not really. I think if I can have the slideshow and we can work through it and have a better idea, then we'll come back with questions. Okay.
Yeah, it's no problem. You in any case have a contact and access to anything, so you can just use your contact and get whatever you need.
And that being, which contact are you referring to, sir?
People.
Really? Do you have to ask?
Jonas, I'll once we're done with this, I'll find you on WhatsApp quickly. Then we can just talk through it, the three of us. You know, because obviously not everything will apply to you, but you've got some other needs that Dirk will then address.
All right.
Dirk, can I ask a peripheral question?
You can do that as well.
There's a massive market at the moment, and not every second, but a big chunk of South Africans who can't get work doing anything else, and I'm not criticizing them, I'm just stating as a fact, are doing all this TEFL stuff.
Yes.
So my granddaughter, for example, has now got an off-qual qualification and doing TEFL work, and every man and half my neighbors' kids are doing TEFL, and some of them are in Vietnam doing TEFL, and some of them are, everyone's all over the place doing TEFL.
Yeah.
Could one drive a TEFL course via the platform, do you think? Is there already material in that space?
We have a very, very extensive system. So short and sweet for any answer, I'll say yes.
You said expensive or extensive?
Depending
extensive.
on, are you already selling? If you're already selling in the UK, then it's going to be expensive. If you're local, we're going to say extensive. No, we can really host basically anything.
Because there are a million 4 to 6 year old Chinese people that are trying to learn English at the moment.
Yes.
And I think I don't know, Janice can tell us about Vietnam, but I've got neighbors where they spent several years there on tourist visas, which you're not supposed to, but anyway, and taught English to various people in Vietnam. So it's a massive market. If one could systemize it a bit more, perhaps.
We are.
That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're going to do.
Yes.
Are you in that space? Are you in that space, Janice?
Yes. He's
okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Or rather, between Jonas and Freddie, they can answer what we are planning for that, because I don't want to step on too much toes, because I know that's Jonas's niche.
Okay.
Actually, one.
Yeah.
Don't take it from me.
So you're in the TEFL space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No, that's you. That's good to know, because maybe there's another market I can go into that doesn't tread on your toes.
Thank you.
Hey,
give it to me. That'll be great too.
I'm just looking around at the moment. It's like being in the supermarket and there's 25 of everything and you don't know which one to take because it's getting a hell of a confusing.
Yes, unfortunately, we are already on hypermarket status. We passed supermarket 3 years ago. If I can, I don't know.
Like one of those massive Walmarts where you can walk around for 3 days and still not see everything.
Yeah, just please don't dress like the normal Walmart people. Jonas, I don't know. Would you mind? Can I give him a broad idea of how and what is available if we look at the TEFL market?
Yes.
Okay. What happens is we currently have a portion where we can take specific tests, specific texts, and specific sentences. And you've got your images and video and all of that, which is linked to that. So if you look at, for instance, an apple and how to use an apple in a sentence correctly, and then also having the ability to read back the sentence to the system, and the system can actually have a look at your pronunciation of that sentence and tell you whether you are pronouncing it correctly or not. That's one of the ways in which we can actually use and implement the system.
I think you guys are quite scary, you know.
We only start.
Will it be able to tell you where you make or what you're not saying correctly? Let's say you have to say a specific word. If you say the word incorrectly, will it tell you what the problem is?
It can give you the correct pronunciation, if that is what you are implying. It can give you the correct pronunciation, and then you can repeat it again.
Yeah, Jonas, it's not going to tell you, let's say the person does not, let's take the word sit, and they don't pronounce the T. It's not going to tell you that the problem lies with the T, but it will tell them that this is what it's supposed to sound like.
Sound like. Because a lot of the words, like a T or an S at the end of the word,
Yes.
Normally they struggle to say that. So I'd like to tell them that is the problem, that the problem lies there.
You see, what will happen is, obviously, one learns by repetition. So on your leaderboard, you will be able to see, not necessarily the leaderboard. What's that name again?
Dashboard.
Dashboard. On your dashboard, you will be able to see how many different attempts it took them to actually get to the point where they pronounce it correctly.
Okay.
And what you can also add, if I may suggest something, what's that nice word for your pronunciation where you actually break it up?
Syllables.
Yeah. There's a nice, if you want to speak it correctly or pronounce it correctly, there's a certain way.
Diction.
Yeah.
Phonics.
Sorry?
Phonics.
Yes. Yeah, where you phonetically, it can give you a phonetic breakdown as well.
Yes.
And I believe the phonetic breakdown will assist you in your.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. They use phonics this side to pronounce words.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Hey, you guys are doing interesting stuff out there. Hopefully you're making lots of money.
Yes, it is interesting.
You're the one that can comment on that,
But Bryce,
Yes.
that's the whole reason for you being here.
Yeah, I need to make some money too. Yeah.
Well, we will support you as far as you can to make as much as you can.
Just a small thing. This weekend I'm going to dance with HubSpot and upload some companies and then
Yes.
upload my contacts in those companies.
Yes.
And I'm also going to try and import a CSV file into HubSpot of all my LinkedIn contacts. Is that a good thing to be trying to do?
You can, but we're going to have to look at if it's an actual contact, that's a viable contact that you have a connection with, or if it's just a name list.
No, these are people that are, you can download your contact list from LinkedIn.
Yes.
All the people that are your friends or whatever they call them on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm happy to start off just loading. Let's say I've got contacts in 25 companies. I'm happy to upload those. Just put the companies on, and then put in the person that is my contact in that company.
Yes.
That's an order. Is that I don't need to upload all 1,800 of my LinkedIn contacts at this stage.
Yes. Yeah, because what happens is new product releases or new product features, for instance, if we send it out to them, that means we're going to have 1,800 companies coming back to saying you are spamming us because we never consented you contact us because it's not a hot lead. So yes, they can unsubscribe and all of that, but it's going to count against you if they actually come back and say it's unsolicited email.
So let's just take an example. I know in terms of South African law, because I've been bombed by MWeb once before,
yes,
that you are allowed to send people one unsolicited email
and
with an opt-in or opt-out option.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
So,
yes.
Okay, so now the people that are my contacts, let's say I try with a sample of them, and I then develop a newsletter, as I understand it, in HubSpot and send it to them, then they'll have an opt-out option if they want to exercise it.
Yeah, the newsletter we actually do through MailChimp. So you don't have access to send them a newsletter to them. From HubSpot, there's going to be standard templates. So as you load your contacts, you can send them a standard template, which is, for instance, the introductory to our system.
Okay.
But what usually happens, and the way LinkedIn works, is most people usually contact you via LinkedIn messaging first and say, I would like to send you the following. Are you okay with that?
Yes. Okay. So you're saying I should rather, even if I upload them onto the system, because I'm trying to look for a sample group of companies and a sample group of people.
Yes.
Even if I choose 20 that look most promising, or on the biggest companies, whichever makes more sense. I should also perhaps just message them via LinkedIn and say I'd like to put them on a newsletter. Would that be the appropriate way to go?
If you want to keep and, if you want to remain your professional, what's a nice word, your professionality out there.
Yes.
It's better to first contact them just to make sure, because it looks more professional. Otherwise, in 3 months or 6 months' time, if you want to contact them, or they might just drop you on LinkedIn as well, and that's gonna reflect bad on you.
So it might be.
Bryce,
yes.
Sorry, Bryce. I think what you need to do is actually, just follow up your hot leads. The people that you really know, and the people that you've worked with in the past, obviously, and the other ones, as the leads, and then the other ones, then you can follow up with on LinkedIn itself. You send them and say, listen, like you said, can I send you an email? Will you be, are you acceptable to this or no? And then, because there are so many other people out there. Sorry, there are so many other people out there sending these unsolicited emails. I get 25, 30, 40 a day. That I delete. And there's some of them you actually can't unsubscribe. But anyway, I don't want to go into the things.
So maybe a general post to the people from me that's relevant in my LinkedIn feed, and then subsequently, when I've done a couple, start to cultivate, because I have different kind of market segments that I have added to my LinkedIn contacts. Some are in the HR field, some are in tourism, because I've got an interest there. So I could start messaging people and saying, hey, I've posted a couple of articles. Would you be interested in coming onto my monthly newsletter or something like that?
Yes, you can definitely do that. What you can also do is, we're going to have the marketing email address as well. So what you can do is, if you post your article and add your marketing email address in there. Okay. So if they want to contact you, or if they want to know more, it's like a small little contact form almost. It takes the info and directly imports it into HubSpot.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, is to build a list of hot prospects from a base that's probably relatively cold.
Yeah.
In the sense that they are contacts on LinkedIn, but not kind of ones that I interact with on a routine basis.
Yes. And that's why articles is the best way to start with if you want to go into a cold market. And that is basically just to get the actual interested individuals and get their details.
Gentlemen, can I maybe request that I exit the meeting, and then for Johannes and them as well, because it's 10 past 11 on this side. I just want to have a quick chat on WhatsApp with them.
No problems. Thank you for
it.
Thanks, Johannes. Thanks, Dan.
Bye. Well, I think, Bryce, let's get together next week. We're anyway going to get together to see Russell.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get together next week. Derek, are we still taping? I think maybe disconnect the tape.
You want to go offline? I'll take you offline.
Take us offline.